back number 3 is Tom Boy, and the rest number 4 is James Brennan. And they have back lines already with number 5, Little Ryan, centre back number 6 is David Kennedy, and on the left number 7 is John Keane. At 23 for our lady is number 8, Tony Alvin, and number 9 is David Coffin. In the half forward, and on the right number 10 is Matt Fogarty, centre forward number 11 is David Kelly, and on the left number 7 is Sarah Owens. And the full forward line is on the right number 14, DJ
John Goulet,
full forward number 14,
Jason Sinead,
and on the left number 15 is James Dunn.
Jamie Clear, only survivor since 91. Beat Bishopstown that year. 83-84, John Powers year. Sorry.
And the halfback and on the right number 5 is Tommy McCarthy. Still the field number 6 is Andrew Hickey, and on the left number 7 is Owen Carey. At center field for Callan is number 8 Damian Clear and number 9 Nick O'Neill. On the half forward and on the right number 10 is Glennie Cahill. Center forward number 11 is Nigel O'Sullivan, and on the left number 12 is Noel Lahar. On the full forward and on the right number 13 is John Millay. Full forward number 14 is John Hickey, and on the left number 15 is Michael Kerr. Our referees for today's game have come all the way from down. We'd like to send a very good welcome to Kilkenny to GAA coming all the way from down in the second charge of the Senior League Colleges final here today in Roland Garros.
15 points to 1 goal and 10, and today the only surviving member of that team is Damien Clear. At that time Damien a second year in or a third year in CBS Callan. Before we at 3:27 now in the afternoon, a beautiful sunny afternoon here in Nolan Park, and the place looking absolutely splendid. Again, congratulations as always to Jimmy Bergen and the crew here, and it really is a fitting location for an All-Ireland Colleges final. On many occasions colleges teams and vocational schools teams have had to contend with poor fixture making at national level. They've often had to play on pitches where the grass was long, where the scoreboard didn't exist, where the programme didn't exist, but today everything is in order, a lovely programme, everything well organised by Kilkenny County Board, and a fine looking trophy down there under me waiting to be presented in just over an hour's time to somebody. The referee today, they brought him a long way, John Gubbins from County Down. And we'll see how John gets on. We'll go to the teams. The locals first, Kalash to Eamon Reish, wearing red and black hoops. Anthony McCormick from Dunnamaggin in goal. The full back line, Tom McCormick from Dunnamaggin, Paddy O'Dwyer, Greg Ballycallan and PJ Barden from Windgap. Tom McCarthy from Grange Moakler, wing back. Andrew Hickey from Dunnamaggin, centre back, and Owen Carey from John Locks at left wing. At midfield, Damien Clear from Greg Ballycallan, the captain, and partnered by Michael O'Neill from Dunnamaggin. Rémi Cahill plays at number 10, Rémi from Dunnamaggin, Nigel O'Donovan from John Locks at centre forward, and Nola Hart, another Dunnamaggin man, on the left wing. At corner forward, Sean Millay from Greg Ballycallan, John Hickey from Dunnamaggin at full forward, and Michael Quirk from Greg Ballycallan at number 15. So in all, 5 clubs represented on that Kalash to Eamon Reish team, and some well-known names in hurling in Kilkenny there as well, and indeed sons of some well-known hurlers too. Templemore, David Burke from JK Brackens, that's the Templemore club. Paul Ormond, a cornerback from Kelkmore Castleliney, with Tom Foy at full back also from Lockmore. David Brennan from Upper Church at number 4. Number 5, Dennis Ryan from Drummond. David Kennedy, centre back and captain from Lockmore Castleliney, and much talk has been made of young Kennedy, reputedly a very fine hurler indeed. At number 7, John Keane from Upper Church Drumban. At midfield, Tommy Ormond from Lockmore.
One, two, three, four, five.
half-back line to take the free. Not necessarily a good idea, but back he goes anyway. And it's a good free out towards Ray McCall. It goes past Ramey, but Templemore cornerback comes out full of confidence, but the ball goes out over the line off the cornerback David Brennan, and there'll be a line ball to Kalash to Eamon Rees Callan. Nigel Donovan going across to take it. Nigel takes off his helmet. Maybe not a good idea in a day like today, but he'll probably put it back on again then. The referee has called a halt to play again. He's been a little bit officious. He was one of the Callan mentors coming onto the field to supply a hurley to a player who has lost his stick, and he ordered him back off it. So let's hope a little bit of common sense will prevail on the part of the referee at this stage, and we get on with the game. The line ball, Nigel Donovan still waiting for it. The line ball taken, but doesn't go very far. Beautifully struck by Eamon Corcoran, the Templemore man, and Templemore on the attack again, moving very fast, and he paddied the wire, beaten to it by Declan Lappin, but across goes Andrew Hickey. He's at McGuinness's corner. He clears well down the field, down along under the stand here. Great work underneath it by Mickey O'Neill. Mickey lifts and strikes, half blocked down by Templemore. Great blocking, hooking by both sides here. The ball eventually goes out over the sideline, and a line ball to Callan 50 metres from their own goal to be taken by Tom McCarthy, the only Tipperary man on the Callan team. A fine player, young McCarthy from Grange Mokler. Leans into the cut, not a good one. It only goes for his midfield towards Ormond of Lochmore, but away goes Andrew Hickey, and Andrew Hickey is having a great start to this match. The Dunnamagan Manor Minor Championship medal winner last year, playing very well indeed. The ball's now with Nola Hart, fellow Dunnamagan Manor, first shot at goal, but it goes high and wide. The first real serious attack of the game, falling the way of Kalash to Eamon Rees, and Nola Hart of Dunnamagan hitting wide. Puck out to come from actually I think it's the fullback, the Templemore fullback Tom Foy, Lochmore Castleliney, and the Foy family have been involved in a huge way in the fortunes of the Lochmore Castleliney GA club down the years. A puck out, dropping on midfield, clear goes up, Freddie goes high, he catches brilliantly and belts a huge high ball in on top of the goal. After it is John Hickey, they're confusion, somebody doubles on it, is blocked again by corner back Paul Ormond from Lochmore. Ormond hits a fresh air out in the corner, but he gets it up and he rockets it clear the next time. It goes out over the sideline 50 metres from the country goal, over on the hillside, and the line ball over there will be taken by Nola Hart of Dunnamagan. But if there's one player standing out, two players standing out over the rest of them at the moment, there must be Paul Ormond, the corner back for Templemore, and Andrew Hickey from Dunnamagan. A poor line ball from the Hart. It goes over the line again, it goes off the Templemore wing back, Dennis Ryan, and there'll be another line ball. Young Lahart, Noel Lahart, will get a chance for a second bite of the cherry. He's 40 metres from the country goal. He tests the hurley spring and cuts a marginally better one, but it only goes to Kennedy. Kennedy, the centre back, and Lynchman for Templemore, flicks clear to midfield. It's improved on that midfield, but hit back again by Callan. Owen Carey chasing out towards the dugout, but Templemore man gets the ball in towards corner forward PJ Sweeney. Sweeney tries to get round PJ Barron of Windgap, fails to do so. The ball's gone out over the line. There'll be a line ball to Templemore about 50 metres from the town goal, which Callan are defending, and it will be taken by the diminutive Eamon Corcoran. Corcoran, a good first time hurler, as we've seen in these few minutes already. 4.5 minutes gone the first half. A great line ball going right to the goal. Goalkeeper Anthony McCormack flicks it out towards the sideline. Well picked up there by Mickey O'Neill. That was a great line ball. It skidded, but it dropped in, and here go Callan on the attack. Ramey Cal has a few yards to spare in front of him, but very well stopped by wing-back John Keane. Keane flicks to Kennedy, and Kennedy on midfield. A huge run by Kennedy. The Templemore centre-back, he's been chased by Nigel Donovan. This is a superb run by the Templemore man. Flicks the ball inside. Owen Carey comes across, picks it up, skirts past two men. I think he carried a little bit too far. He did get a poke from a hurley as well, but I felt he may have carried it too far. Referee Gubbin from County Down points for a free in, and this looks Templemore for like the first chance of a point. Templemore corner forward. Ken Dunn from Toomevara comes across to take a free for them, 25 metres from the Callan goal, straight in front of the goal. Unlucky enough on Owen Carey, I'd say he got no more than 5 steps, but 4 is all you're allowed. And there's the first score of the All-Ireland B final from Ken Dunn, corner forward from Toomevara. At 1 point to Templemore CBS, 1 point, no score to Kalash to Eamon Rees Callan. And the puck out to come from Anthony McCormack of Dunnamagan. No ball allowed at the moment. The puck went a long way, so Anthony will have to wait a moment until somebody lets a ball into him. Nobody in a great hurry to do so. There is a bit of a breeze here today. I'm really not too sure who it's favouring at the moment. There is as I say, there is a nice fresh breeze. It may well be favouring Callan. Judging by the way the flags are blowing, a fine puck out from young McCormack, dropping 50 metres from the Templemore goal. Well blocked there again by Tommy Orman. Orman's a great left-handed shot out towards the corner, out towards young Ken Dunn from Toomevara. He stopped there well by Tom McCormack and Dunamagan. McCormack, an unorthodox hurler, but a terribly strong young man for his age. Gets the ball clear, but only as far as wing forward Owens for Templemore. Paddy Dwyer. Owens fouled as he's going down there down the line by Tom McCormack, about 25 metres from the town goal, and the free into Templemore will be taken by Ken Dunn. Owens had hand passed the ball inside, so it's been taken about 15 yards in from the sideline and on about the 20-metre line. Ken Dunn from Toomevara, I don't know if he's a brother of Tommy Dunn, but Tommy, who is making his way towards the tip panel at the moment, but Ken makes no mistake either. The ball is straight over the bar. Ken Dunn looks like his namesake Tommy Dunn. He looks also, the way in which he takes the frees, he looks like him, but plenty of relations of players here. Sean Millay from Greig Valley Callan, corner forward on the Callan team, son of Joe of course and brother of Tracy and Sinead. The puck out from Anthony McCormack, a fine ball to midfield. Mickey O'Neill and Tommy Orman going for it. O'Neill adds a few yards to it, but Orman gets back and whips it down the field again. Templemore playing very well indeed. A great ball in on top of the Callan goal. It's shielded well by PJ Barton. He goes out to the side with it, pokes it forward, heading towards the sideline, keeping the ball in front of him like any good cornerback will. Picks it beautifully out there, slips past 3 Templemore men, and he's going past the third one, and I think there'll be a free to Templemore over there on the sideline, about 40 metres from the Callan goal, over at the hillside of the field. In fact, no, it seems that he's gone, referee has blown the other way. One of the infuriating things about this referee is he never points his arm in the direction in which he wants the free to go, and everybody's in a bit of confusion. A few people here in the press box beside me, but Ken Dunn, another shot at the goal post. It hits the post actually and drifts off to the left and wide. Let's hope referee, somebody will say something for the sake of this commentator as the game goes on, but nobody really knows what way he's blowing the frees. The puck out to come again from Anthony McCormack. A little bit of pressure on the Callan defence at the moment. 8 minutes gone in the first half. They're really, Michael O'Neill and Jamie Clear, not doing the business yet at midfield, but the ball's past midfield at this stage, gone in towards the corner, towards Sean Millay. Across comes David Kennedy and clears the ball downfield again. A long clearance, and Kennedy, but away goes PJ Sweeney, corner forward. He's running straight to go. He's 20 metres out. Hand passes inside to Laffin. Laffin a full forward. Pushes past Andrew McCormack. Hand passes the ball high. Ken Dunn's there. Bashes the ball to the net. The ball's in the net. Templemore a goal and 2 points. Callan no score. And that move came from a ball easily conceded by the Callan forwards. No Callan man touched it on its way down the field, but 5 Templemore men played it. And Ken Dunn had the easiest task of all of batting the ball to the net. Things not looking great for Callan after 9 minutes of the first half of the All-Ireland Senior B semi-final. If you've just joined us here in a beautiful sunny Nolan Park, Templemore rampant at this stage. A puck out in towards Paddy Dwyer, Paddy brother of Eddie from Greig Valley Callan, trying to poke it clear. He does manage to get a few yards out, but blocked by Michael Laffin, Declan Laffin, the full forward. Laffin, a very big guy, hand passes inside. Here goes Orman, the midfielder. He's 20 metres from the Callan goal. He's blocked down well there by centre back Andrew Hickey, and Hickey relieves the clearance. Fierce pressure on the Callan goal at the moment. Ball at midfield. Really in control. Dennis Kelly at Toomevara with his shot at the post this time. He hits it over the bar. 10 minutes gone. And Dennis Kelly adds to the Templemore lead, and really Callan are being wiped off the field at this stage of the first half. 1 goal and 3 points to Templemore. They're sure, they're fast, they're confident on the ball, and they're getting their way before the Callan and Damien Clear going for this one. His hand goes up, but he also gets a poke from behind by one of the Templemore players, and there'll be a free into Callan. Damien Clear 60 metres from the country goal. He's dead straight in front of it. It's a long drive, but as far as I can see, he has a bit of breeze behind him, and really Callan need this point to steady their nerves to open the account. Damien leans over it, it looks good, he hits it cleanly, he's dropping right in on top of the goal, but it hits the post, comes back, and a shot, it hits the goalie, and a great effort in there for Callan, but out comes the fullback, Tom Foy, and clears the ball goes out over the end line for a 65, there was a chance missed, perhaps, Damien clears free, hit the post, bounced back, a great shot from Sean Millay, it really was a rocket, and it hit the goalie in the chest, he never even saw it, not too many other people did, it bounced off the goalie, Tom Foy went clear with it, and he was blocked over the end line, the ball goes wide, the puck out to Templemore, pity for Callan, it was a great chance for them, but Mickey O'Neill fighting like a tiger at midfield, gets the ball to Rémi Carr. Rémi on the run, has a look at the post, tries a shot at the post, unfortunately it goes wide, that's the 4th wide for Callan in 4 attacks. Templemore 1 wide and 1 goal and 3 points in 5 attacks. And I suppose, again, we were saying that Callan have to get things going at midfield. They've won the last 2 balls at midfield, but they need to get a couple of scores on the board. The nerves are obvious in the Callan attack. Mickey O'Neill wins this time, and O'Neill beginning to get moving at midfield. Now gets the ball into his fellow Dunamaga man, Rémi Cal. Rémi shot a little bit short, he dropped shot, but there's O'Neill again, he's 20 metres out from the goal, he's running for a goal, a shot blocked down very well, another ground shot blocked again by the fullback Foy on the edge of the square. He gets there, the heart after him, trying to block him down, but Foy eventually boots the ball out over the sideline here in the stand side, 20 metres from the goal. And is this a tremendously exciting match? If you're near Nolan Park, it mightn't do you any harm to wander across and have a look at it, because there's great excitement going on. The skill level of these 2 teams is tremendous, their commitment is tremendous. It's a beautiful sunny day, the stand is packed. What more could you ask for? The line ball from Rémi Cal, a good one across the face of the goal. Out comes Nigel Donovan, he's blocked over there by Tommy Orman, midfield, Eamon Corcoran, that midfielder, belted down the field. Andrew Hickey blocks the ball clear in the half-back line. Hard pulling over there, fair pulling, let it be said, but Templemore man, Pat Fogarty wins possession but pushes the ball out over the sideline. There'll be a line ball to Callan about 60 metres from their own goal, which will take some pressure off them. 13 minutes gone in the first half of the All-Ireland Colleges B final. Templemore CBS a goal and 3 points. All those scores have come from corner forward Ken Dunn from Toomevara, three of the points, a goal and 2 points from him, and a point from centre forward Dennis Kelly. The goal, a super effort, really a brilliant piece of teamwork from Toomevara, but there's clear in midfield again, a high ball dropping right in, a dangerous ball in on top of full forward. John Hickey has his hands trying to get a shot, very well blocked by full-back Foy, brilliantly blocked by Foy, it has to be said, and he's clear again. And this Templemore full-back line looks as if they won't give away anything. The ball in the danger area again, but it's just left and wide. A shot from Noel Hart. Noel had a chance, he was 35 metres out, he was a bit to the side all right, but he really had a good chance of a point there. But the Templemore full back line are super, coached by a smashing cornerback by Wooten-Debby. At midfield out at this stage, John Keane from Upper Church tries to get the ball clear, but clear is there again, a left-handed ball, a good low ball, across comes the cornerback, but Sean Millay has a half chance here, but cornerback again, Ormond brilliantly comes across, pushes the ball clear out towards midfield, picked up very well there by Tommy Ormond, maybe a brother, probably a brother, they're both from the same club, but Mickey O'Neill gets Callan on the attack again, ball 30 metres out, brilliantly caught by Lahart. Lahart's clean through, can he get a shot? He's blocked again there very well, he kicks it this time, it's a low shot, Hickey tries to flick it and then brilliantly stopped by full-back Foy and by the goalkeeper, a high shot, it goes wide again. Sean Millay, I think it was, had the chance that time. Callan forwards panicking a little bit when they do get a yard or two. But super work there in front of goal, and certainly if Callan want to get through, they're not going to get through very easily. I can count 3 good goal chances which have been foiled brilliantly by the Templemore full back line. It's just 15 minutes gone in the first half. A goal and 3 points to Callan. And Barry Henriquez near me says, God, they have no luck, and I have to sympathise with them because the chances were there. They needed a half-turn of luck and they didn't get it. 15 minutes gone in the first half. Plenty of buzz in the crowd. Why wouldn't there be? It's a fine game. The puck out, landing on the 65 metre line. Mickey O'Neill grabs it again, and I think O'Neill and Clear have got control at midfield. A great left shot for Mickey O'Neill, but oh dear, just 5 yards to the left and wide again. That's 7 wides for Callan, and really they will rule those because they are playing with the advantage of a slight breeze. Cornerback Paul Orman going back to take the puck out this time. He will take it. He really has a wind up to it, a very stylish play. Oh my gosh, this is a massive puck from a small player. He's gone well past Callan's own 65. Damien Clear gets the block down in midfield and whips the ball back in again. But who comes out again but Paul Orman? and a huge clearance, rakes it across the field. Across towards Tom McCormick and Dunnamaga, and McCormick breaks it down to Paddy Dwyer, and out comes this time. Out comes the wing back McCarthy, the great smoker man, clearing to midfield. Ramey is on a run. Ramey is clear. He pushes past two Templemore men, does very well, steadies himself. He's on the sideline. A low shot towards the goal, towards John Hickey. Dunnamaga, and Hickey has it. Sean Millay on the ground, but out comes Ormond again, the cornerback. Nolan Hart blocks his clearance. It's picked up over there by Dennis Ryan from Drummond. It's pan pass two. Centre back Kendi, and Kendi clears to midfield. A Templemore man on the ground in front of me in a certain amount of distress, considerable distress I'd say, but the game goes on. Paddy Dwyer comes forward with the ball, hand passes to clear. Two Ballycallan men, anything come of it. It's high, the umpire, yes indeed, it's over the bar, the first score to Callan. 17 minutes gone in the first half. 1 goal and 3 points to Templemore CBS, 1 point to Callan CBS. The referee stops play now because Johnny Keane, upper church from Van, lying on the field ground here. In fact, I don't think he actually got a smack of a hurley. It looked to me as if he fell rather awkwardly. There was a bit of a crash, I think, as Ramey Calbro was breaking clear, and he was a bit unlucky. I have a feeling it might even have been his own man he ran into. He's looking a bit groggy down there, but Callan have their first score on the board. That's all they're concerned about. Tom Welsh in to exhort his troops, as is Frank McKenna, brother Damien Brennan. They're all in at this stage doing their very best, and across comes John Costigan, the tipper, the Templemore man, to see what's wrong with his wing back. And I expect he'll be all right in a couple of moments. A lot of players taking advantage of a drink of water at this stage, and really they need it. The pace has been absolutely tremendous. First and lacking a little bit of strength in a few places. Young team from Templemore is ready again. We're away we go. The ball's at midfield, and who has it again but Damien Clear. A fine ball up the line towards Sean Millay, the Great Valley Callan Brigade in action. Millay into the corner, but really he's getting no change from Paul Orme, but this time he does. Millay flicks the ball across the centre. John Hickey from Dunnamaga has this 20 metres out from the side. A good hand pass to Nigel Donovan. Donovan whips on it first time. The idea was very good, but he could have cooled down a little bit. And the ball goes wide, 8 wides to Callan. It's 19 minutes gone in the first half. Callan a point, Templemore CBS 1 goal and 3 points, and Templemore really in control. Paul Ormond, though they haven't been winning much ball at midfield in recent moments. Templemore have pulled their half back line right out to midfield now in an effort maybe to stymie Michael O'Neill and Damien Clear. Does it work? No, it doesn't work. The Callan men knock it back again, and little Ramey away he goes, tries to hand pass here. Mickey O'Neill has it, makes it beautifully. He's hit hard, very hard, where Ramey Cal goes again. They're running, let it in, shouts somebody, and he's right. John Hickey goes up, and Hickey goes up hard fast, but corner back Ormond comes across again, flicks the ball out to Dennis Ryan, the wing back from Drummond, belts it clear down the field. Owen Carey under it, it breaks off Owen Carey's hand, but Andrew Hickey at centre back knocks the ball clear. It goes out over the sideline 50 metres from the Callan goal. There'll be a line ball over there to Templemore, putting Templemore on the attack again. The last line ball Eamon Corcoran took, it was from 40 metres and it went like a rocket at the Callan goalkeeper. He's a bit farther out now, maybe 50 metres, and really today is so beautiful for hurling here in Nolan Park. I said it before and I'll certainly say it again before the end of the match. Beautiful sunshine, a huge cut, a rocket in on top of the Callan goal. It's picked up there by one of the Templemore forwards. I don't know which one it is. He tries to hand pass clear, he gets to one of the other players, Ormond again, he's going through, blocked by two Callan men. It's flicked out towards the line. Templemore man again with the ball, but it goes just to the left hand wide. A fine tack there. Dennis Kelly from Toomevara, the man who hit the point actually from just a few moments ago for Templemore. Callan in a hurry to put out the ball. Anthony McCormick belts it a long way out. Really a problem in the Callan defence that time. The ball should have been cleared twice, it wasn't, and they need to get their act together in that if they don't want to concede goals, because this Templemore attack is a very good one indeed. Away goes Kennedy, their captain, at midfield from the puck out. Passes 2 men, 3 men, hand passes clear in towards Kelly from Toomevara. He's trying to get clear, another unorthodox hurler, but across comes PJ Barron from Windgap, and PJ Barron is a tidy little hurler indeed, and a fine footballer too by the look of it. He kicks clear, but Dennis Ryan, the wing back for Templemore, wins the possession again. A fine ball down the middle, putting Templemore on the attack again. Damien Clear going back into the half back line, trying to dig the ball out. It's picked up instead by corner forward Sweeney from Mine, operating a long way from his own goal, hits the ball on the run, it goes wide. Another wide for Templemore there, but young PJ Sweeney picked up the ball. He never actually played it in his hand at all. He ran about 30 yards with it, struck it sweetly off the stick. It went just to the left of wide at the town goal. The puck out from the town goal by Anthony McCormick. Just 22 minutes gone in the first half. Puck out, a fine puck out actually. Wind assisted, it goes so it's Lahart, another Dunnamaga man. He's on the run. He's 50 metres, he's 40 metres from the goal. He trips and falls, but as he's falling, he flicks it in towards John Hickey, another Dunnamaga man, but he's beaten, and Kennedy, the centre back, whips the ball clear. I'm very impressed by Kennedy from Lockmore, Castleiney. David Kennedy, he gets the ball to midfield to Damien Clear, another man I'm always impressed with when I look at him hurling. Rémi Cal fighting like a tiger in there for the ball. It breaks off his stick, and Kelly, or Ryan, the wing back from Tummy Barra, whips it out over the sideline. It's gone over the line just to the on the hillside, just at the dugouts, inside the Callan 65 metre line, and Damien Clear going back into his own half back line to take the line ball. I'm wondering, will Damien Clear and Michael O'Neill be able to stay going? They're everywhere for the first half. Clear, a beautiful line ball, low and hard and well placed up the line towards Sean Millay, but it's picked up again by Kennedy at centre back. Whipped across the field. Templemore using this angled ball very, very well indeed, but well cut off by McCarthy. McCarthy, a fine hurler from Grange Mokler. Soloing up the field, hit it to somebody, hit it he does. It doesn't go all that far, about 40 metres, but in there Sean Millay, Sean out of his position, drops it in towards the corner. Ormond in there at corner back, and he belts the ball clear towards midfield. Picked up there by Dennis Ryan, added to very well. The ball raked across the field. Tom McCormick, after he bats it down, it only goes as far as Ken Dunn. Ken Dunn, corner forward normally, but a long way from his own goal. Across the field, great interplay by the Templemore fellas. Another crisscross ball. This time it's coming towards, dropping towards the centre. Brilliantly caught in there by the number 10. The great save in the Killars Emrich goal by Anthony McCormick. A fine shot by Pat Fogarty of Templemore. Very well stopped on the left post by Anthony McCormick, and very well cleared as well. Sean Millay and Nola Hart, they're trying to combine, they don't succeed, but the ball is still going in. It's Nigel Donovan, he has a chance for a point, he drops it in, it's high, but it goes to the left again and wide. Nigel hitting a little bit too quickly really. 24 minutes gone in the first half, 9 wides to Callan, only 3 to Templemore, but the more important statistics, 1 point to Callan, 1 goal and 3 points to Templemore in a first class All-Ireland Colleges B final. A tremendous game here in Nolan Park. The puck out from Paul Ormond, one of the stars of the game so far, dropping on midfield. Clear goes up, grabs the ball brilliantly, and he's having a shot himself. It's high. Yes, it looks very good. Indeed, a super point by Damien Clear. 24 minutes gone in the first half. Damien Clear has got Callan's second point. Indeed, he got the first point as well. But that was a beauty. He caught the opponent's puck out right on midfield. He made about 10 yards down with it, and from 60 metres straight in front of goal, being chased by Templemore man, he rocketed the ball over the bar. Surely that will give Callan some heart. The puck out, dropping in midfield. Going for it very, very quickly there as Clear breaks past him. He has to go back towards his own half-back line again. Picks it up again very well, slips past 2 Templemore players and belts the ball up towards the half-forward line. Rémi Callaman in there pushing, he gets away with it. The ball breaks to Rémi very well robbed by Eamon Corcoran. Corcoran, a small player as well, but a beautiful hurler. Rémi having his shots dropping right in top of the goal. Great chance here for Callan. 2 Templemore man go for the break between them. The ball, can Callaman get a wallop at it? There's Hickey, great deflection. The ball goes out over the Templemore player, and certainly Callan aren't having the luck. John Hickey lifted the ball 15 metres out. He opened his shoulders and belted it at the goal, and somehow or other a Templemore shoulder got in the way and pushed the ball out over the end line. Really, Callan having no luck in front of goal. Probably 4 chances and nobody to blame for missing any of them. They're hitting off Templemore legs, arms, heads, everything, chests even. The goalie stopped one with a few moments ago when he didn't even see the ball that was hit at him. Damien Clear right on the 65 metre line, trying to find a nice sweet spot. Taking his time he needs to. He's about 10 metres to the left of midfield. With the sun and the wind in his favour, it'll certainly go all the way. It looks nice. Lovely point, right over the black spot. Very well struck by Damien Clear in the 26th minute of the first half. Callan 3 points, Templemore 1 goal and 3 points in the game on. Templemore on the attack already. Sweeney, the corner forward, hand passes inside. Andrew Hickey going back to cut off the ball, does so, but he's beaten by Laffin, the full forward, 40 metres from the goal. Good hand pass by Laffin to his midfield partner, Tommy Ormond, the Lockmore man, to his midfield partner, and he hits a lovely point. Liam Corcoran, this guy Eamon Corcoran from J.K. Bracken's club in Templemore. is playing a storming game at midfield. You can't let him near the inside midfield because he has a pot for a score every chance he gets. A lovely stylish hurler, the puck out from Anthony McCormick, dropping in midfield. Close to half time now. Callan really need to get something going. They're playing with the breeze. Andrew Hickey trying to get the ball up, not succeeding very well at all, but eventually the ball's moved in a little bit. It's 50 metres from the Templemore goal now, but they relieve the pressure again, and Ken Dunn now working as an extra midfielder. Mickey O'Neill, or his man Tom McCormick, back in his own defence. Hand passes to McCarthy, and McCarthy, when the Callan star sets Callan on the attack again, a great ball up the field, a great ball, but picked up by John Keane. Keane injured a while earlier, he's injured again now. He got a nasty wall of a hurley there on the face as he was trying to get clear that time. Referee a long way away from the play. The ball's gone out over the sideline. There'll be a line ball to Callan about 50 metres from the country goal. Mick O'Neill will go across to take it, but there will be a delay because young John Keane, wing back from Upperchurch, he was poked there in the face as he was moving away with the ball. The referee really, he was a long way away from it. He should have stopped, he should have blown a whistle and given the Templemore man a free out. There wasn't anything malicious in the tackle, it's just it was a bit awkward. He was too far away, maybe he didn't see it. He allowed play continue, and it certainly was no advantage to the Templemore man. He's down injured, the ball's out over the sideline, and I have nothing against Callan in saying all of that. Michael O'Neill very anxious to get on with it. He knows his team's a goal behind. There are 2 minutes to half time. There'll probably be a minute or two of injury time. There was a lengthy delay earlier when the aforementioned John Keane was being attended to. Callan and Templemore now operating a 3-man midfield. Ken Dunn from Toomevara has moved out. He was their main destroyer in the first half, but obviously the Templemore mentors feel that the best thing they can do is pack midfield until half time, and maybe with the breeze things will improve. Mickey O'Neill with the line ball, a sweet line ball in towards clear inside 21 metres out. He's robbed by Keane, and Keane clears the ball nicely towards midfield, but there's Mickey Neal from Dunnamagan again, and Neal hits a high ball, but he drops it wide. Mick O'Neill, it's actually I don't know, referee is pointing to something. I think it's a 65 he's saying. The ball, it must have got a touch as Mick was hitting it, because the linesman signalled wide. The referee was right beside Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill's father, in fact, won an All-Ireland Senior Colleges Championship with St. Kieran's back in 1948 on a team on which Kieran Crotty, former TD, and Tom Vaughan were members. Just three of the men I know from that team. Damien Clear to take the 65, so there are plenty of medals in the O'Neill household. This one's swinging a bit to the left. It looks wide, yes, 5 or 6 yards wide. Not as well struck as earlier, Damien. 10 wides to Callan at this stage, and a couple of goal chances missed. 1 goal and 4 points to Templemore. Callan CBS 3 points. 29 minutes and 40 seconds on my watch. The puck out from young Paul Ormond, a fine puck to midfield. 6 players under it. They're beginning to bunch a bit at midfield now. Owen Carey comes across. Carey trying to poke the ball clear. He does. He gets it to Clear as well, and Clear a beautiful run. Will this be over the bar? There's the best score of the match. That is a fantastic point from Damien Clear. 29 minutes. He got a ball that really he should never have got in midfield. He poked forward. There were 3 players fighting for it. He got possession. He slipped past a couple of Toomevara players and hit it over from 60 metres. 4 points to Callan, 1 goal and 4 points to Templemore. A big number of players under this again. It breaks to a Templemore man. The Templemore man's Pat Fogarty. He flicks it clear to Tommy Ormond. Ormond hit very, very hard there by PJ Barton of Windgap, and there'll be a free in to Templemore. It'll be 60 metres from the Callan goal. It'll be a couple of yards to the right. David Kennedy, their captain, is going up to take it, and I've no doubt whether David will find the distance. Very relaxed player, a player very, very confident in all his actions. He lifts and strikes a nice one. It's very high. They're looking straight up at it. That looks, it's right in top of the goal. Caught brilliantly by Paddy Dwyer in defence. He catches it right under the crossbar. Hand passes it clear, but there's one of the Templemore midfielders again having his shot. He goes across the face of the goal and wide. But great work from Paddy Dwyer. In fairness, he was bottled up. He could do nothing but flick it clear. He flicked it 25 metres, which was further than I thought he'd get it. And there waiting for it was Tommy Ormond, the Templemore midfielder, who put the ball across the face to go and wide. Ball badly contested midfield. On Callan in trouble again. Number 12 running at them. Pat Fogarty tearing at them. A left-handed shot. It's Darren Owens, and it's a point for Templemore. A very good point from Templemore. Just On 31 minutes of the first half, Darren Owens from the Brackens Club in Templemore extending their lead. A goal and 5 points now to the men from Tipperary wearing maroon and white, and 4 points to the men from Callan wearing the red and black hoops. The ball, Callan on the run again. A great cross ball from Sean Millay, a great ground ball. Lovely ground hurling from Callan. Nigel Donovan trying to get at the end of it, but the ball's whipped clear in the ground again towards midfield. There's Clear, who else, but he's beautifully robbed by Tommy Orman. He's robbed in turn, and Mickey O'Neill in there trying to help his the compatriots. Noel Hart eventually gets it, hand pass it there, but hand pass is only to a Templemore man. He's jostled to the ground, flicks it clear, but beautifully struck by Eamon Corcoran in midfield, beautifully doubled on, and they're on the attack again. Owens and McCarthy, the Grange Moakler man playing with Callan, beaten to it this time. Owens fighting for the ball again, a very good player, young Owens from the Templemore club. He gets as far as Dennis Kelly. He's centre forward, back to Sweeney. Sweeney, a high ball, a very high ball. It drops in top of the goal. God knows what's happening in there. The ball is free out, square ball. Again, the ball actually ended in the net, but full forward Laffin was right in, and indeed was Tom McCormack were right in on top of the goalie. The free out taken by goalkeeper Anthony McCormack. It's gone well past half time, 32 and 50 seconds gone. The Callan on the attack. A score here would be worth anything to them do, but Ormond again, the cornerback, breaks clear towards midfield. Sweeney, corner forward, playing at midfield now for Templemore. A very good ball inside. Tom McCormack breaks it down, but again it goes to Templemore man. He's clear. Templemore have a great run the goal now. Corner forward, Laffin running through. A hand passes clear. He kicks it to the net. A great goal for Templemore right on half time. The scorer full forward, Declan Laffin. He couldn't swing his stick, so boy did he boot it, and the net bulged. Hopefully for Callan's sake, the referee will blow the whistle. They need to regroup, they need to organise. The referee does blow the whistle just as Templemore go on the attack again. It's half time, and the Templemore crowd are going just mad down in front of us here. And why wouldn't they be? Their heroes are ahead. They're ahead by 2 goals and 5 points to 4 points. It's 7 minutes past 4. It behoves me to return to Michael Brett at the studio. A sunny day, and the Templemore men, they took 2 advantages of just 2 balls that Callan didn't contest particularly well, and both of them ended up in goals. One was a ball which Callan conceded softly enough 40 metres from the Templemore goal. It was a five-man move. Ended up with the ball being rocketed to the Callan net. But just before half time, a really cruel blow on the 32nd minute of the first half. Again, a poorly contested ball at midfield, and the penalty Callan had to pay for it was that full forward Declan Laffin from Lockmore Castleiney booted the ball to the net again after a superb Templemore movement. Callan have introduced Andy Power from John Locks in place of Owen Carey, and I think it's Noel Hart has gone back to play wing back. Andy Power coming in as a forward with for the Callan team. Damien Clear and Mick O'Neill at midfield. Damien Clear having scored all of Callan's points in that first half. Referee Gubbin from down throws the ball for the second half, and boy are they getting at it with a vengeance. The ball comes as far as Clear. It breaks back to Clear midfield. He's going on a run. He has to go on a run. He flicks it clear to Ramey Cal. Ramey being tackled by David Kennedy. Fouled, I thought, but the referee says play on. Ramey does very well to keep possession. It goes in as far as John Hickey. Hickey misses it. Confusion in around the square area. Callan really on the attack, biting to get in there. It breaks out to Mickey O'Neill. Mickey 25 metres from the goal. A good point. A good start to the second half by Callan and Mickey O'Neill from Dunnamaggin. A shot from 20 metres out. A clever midfielder. He didn't go into the ruckus in around the edge of the square. He waited. He knew the ball would come out sometime or other. It did. It came to him. He struck it left-handed. A skillful player, Mickey O'Neill, and the puck out to come from one of the most skillful young men I've seen today, Paul Ormond, cornerback for Templemore. And Ormond pokes the ball towards midfield, tries to find a man with it, manages to do so. The man is John Keane, his fellow wing back, but McCarthy from Grange Moakler, away he goes, and McCarthy, a good man to run with the ball, going very well indeed, being chased by his partner, put a great ball across the face of the goal. A great chance here for Callan, in the hands of Andy Power. It breaks out of his hands, the ball goes out close to the end line out there. It's gone over for a 65. Oh dear, Andy Power, he was only on the field a minute, but that ball was screaming to be doubled on. He tried to catch it instead, but it was flicked out of his hand by a Templemore player, and a 65 is conceded. But certainly Callan are well back in the game if they can grab a couple of points in the first couple of moments. Mickey O'Neill got one. It's 2 goals and 5 points to Templemore. That's 11 points, 5 points to the men from Callan. And Barry Henriquez on the sideline in front of us, sleeves rolled up, coat jacket off, and he is driving his men on as well. A great ball in top of the goal. His hand goes up for it, but it's cleared again by Foy, the full back, out towards midfield, and there waiting is Ramey. Ramey 30 metres out at this stage from the Templemore goal, tries to get a shot in but blocked down. Getting it up again, trying to get possession, hit very hard over there, fouled over there I would say, but the referee doesn't see a problem at all. But heavy pulling over there by Callan corner forward Sean Millay, right on the corner flag at the country end, the town goal. He concedes a free to Templemore. Certainly it's been taken from as safe a place as you can concede a free from, but again, importance for Callan at this stage. Hold their heads, hurl away, try getting the points, and they are playing against the breeze. They're also playing against the sun, and the biggest danger Callan have at the moment is the danger of being caught when they go forward. They conceded most of their scores to, if you like, kind of sucker punches. Templemore hitting on the counter attack, and Templemore forwards extremely competent players indeed. The free out to be taken by Paul Ormond. It was from a difficult place, from at the corner flag, but he gets some shot on it. It goes to his brother. Radar, like Tommy Ormond on the attack now. Go Templemore, brilliantly stopped on the 14-yard line by Tommy. Paddy Dwyer. Paddy knocked over as he was trying to clear it. Goes to Tom McCormack of Donegal, who flicks it out towards midfield. Out there is PJ Barron. Barron having a great game. He hand passes to Clear, and Clear doubles on it, and the doubling on drives the ball 80 yards farther down the field. Very well picked up there by David Kennedy. He's fouled in that position by Michael Quirk, and there'll be a free to Templemore. The free to be taken by David Kennedy. 3 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the second half of the All-Ireland B final. Templemore CBS 2-5, Callan CBS 5 points. The men from Callan needing certainly to clear this one and get another score or two on. There's the referee has called a halt. He's talking to, I think it's young Ramey Cal for some reason or other. Whether he was contesting a decision or not, we'll see where the free will be taken from. In this situation, young Kennedy has gone back to his original place. Now the ball's been brought up 20 metres, so it certainly must be that young Ramey Cal said something to the referee, but unfortunately for Callan it's now brought within range. It's still 70 metres, 75 metres from the Callan goal, but Kennedy's a lovely hurler and he hits a huge ball coming down out of the clouds. It's very, very high, it's wide, it drops fraction of an inch wide, but a bit of indiscipline there on the part of the Callan CBS player. Ball that was a long way out of range, and young Kennedy took full advantage of the sun, and the sun is blazing into the Callan goal at the moment. Callan defending the O'Loughlin's end of the field. For goalkeeper Anthony Monaghan pucking well towards midfield, finding the Dunnamagan man Mickey O'Neill. Now away goes Mick O'Neill, short steps but fast ones, and he's gone like the clappers. He's 25 metres from the Templemore goal, tries it out with the left hand, goes across the base to goal, but Paul Ormond, cornerback, picks it up. He tries to come clear, Quirk is after him, but he fails, and Ormond clears brilliantly towards McCarthy and Owens, two Tipperary men, but Owens fouls Tom McCarthy. McCarthy doesn't like it, and he shoulders against Owens. Referee Gubbin doesn't take any action. He decides the free will be taken by Damien Clear. Damien taking it. He is 90 metres from the, in fact he's close to 100 metres from the Templemore goal. The ball will go a lot of the way. It'll hardly go all the way. It's not a great shot by Clear actually, and at this stage I'd be questioning the wisdom of him taking frees from that distance at all. Mickey O'Neill has it, a good shot from Mick O'Neill, dropping in top of the goal. Goalkeeper comes to get it, breaks off his hurley, he picks it up very well again and comes out to the side and clears out towards the sideline at the stand side. Picked up well out here by Dennis Ryan, the wing back. Breaks past Andy Power, the sub from John Locks, who came on at half time, and kicks towards midfield. A great battle there in midfield. The Heart came way up the field. The ball goes out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball to Templemore because it was kicked out accidentally by Damien Clear, who would come into the assistance of Nola Hart at that stage. The line ball be taken right on midfield, right here at the dugout in front of me, by Eamon Corcoran of John Bracken's club Templemore. A fine player, Eamon Corcoran. A good ball too towards Kelly from Tummybarra, the centre forward. He flicks it clear to his wing forward, picks it very well. A shot at the goal, something in right on top of the goal. Paddy Dwyer Backford and Laffin. Paddy Dwyer catches very well. He's fouled. Laffin, the full forward, actually comes in behind Paddy Dwyer and pushes him in the back, but Dwyer had the ball clear. He was gone. He actually had taken a couple of steps to freedom when the referee blew the whistle. The free out to be taken by Anthony McCormack of Ballymagan. Oh dear, the ball doesn't come up well for him. He sticks it in the ground. He drop pucks the ball out towards midfield and he gets as good a free as if he'd hit it sweetly the first time. Ramey's on the run. He's down the sideline, but he's gone out over the sideline with the ball, and there'll be a line ball to Templemore right at the far side of the field from our commentary position here. It'll be taken from in front of the dugout by John Keane. John, who's had a very fine game. In fact, himself and Ramey Cal have been having a right tussle. Two younger players by the looks of things, but both I'd say that the Templemore man having the better of the argument at this stage. He cuts a nice ball too across the field. Templemore all the time using this tactic and switching the ball left and right across the field, and it makes for very skillful hurling and a lovely spectacle. Lahart's back in his own defence. Lahart, a tall rangy player, left hands a good ball down the field, but Kennedy, the Templemore centre back there again, a lovely hurler. Kennedy gets the ball towards Tommy Ormond, a great ball inside, but Laffin isn't there this time. Paddy Dwyer and Ballycallan is. Paddy trying to do a little bit too much maybe. Hand pass is clear, but Laffin is outside trying to get a shot at the Templemore goal, and there's a point for Templemore, scored by full forward Declan Laffin in the 7th minute of the second half. And really, Paddy Dwyer should have opened his shoulders and whipped the ball clear there instead of trying to horse his way past a couple of players. But in fairness to the Great Valley Calamans, the first slip up he's made today, he's been having a fine game up to now. The puck out at midfield. Templemore 2-6, Callan 5 points. Tommy Ormond winning it again at midfield. He's blocked well by Lahart from Dunnamagan. The ball goes off, he's sticking out over the sideline. Templemore having pulling both their corner forwards a long way out the field really, and trying to operate a one-man full forward line with Declan Laffin, I suppose. Certainly they're getting a lot of space back there, but Tom McCormick at Dunnamagan has moved backwards and is trying to fill the space. It's a huge line ball by Ormond or by Eamon Corcoran. It goes and he's put back across the face to goal very well, and even waiting for there's Tom McCarthy, and McCarthy clears very well. A great clearance by the Grange Smoker man down on top of John Hickey. John Hickey at centre forward with David Kennedy, a really classy player. Gets the ball, well beaten by another classy player, Mick O'Neill, or Ramey Cal. Ramey fighting like a tiger, and he flicks, trying to run clear out the wing. He's playing very well this second half. He's Ramey Cal, but well robbed, well stopped. Ramey should be letting it off a bit earlier. He does so this stage along the ground. He goes out over the sideline off a Templemore stick, and there'll be a line ball to Callan on the sideline, 50 metres from, of course it'll be on the sideline, 50 metres from the Templemore goal over on the hillside of the field. Long shadows. Lovely shadows across the field actually, and one of the first days we can say this year when you could enjoy looking at a hurling match in glorious weather conditions. A smashing line ball from clear, trying to find Mickey O'Neill. He's beaten there, but the ball comes to Ramey Cal. Two men on Ramey, and little Ramey managed to get past one of them. Sells a beautiful dummy to another 20 metres out. He's having a shot at goal. He was right out on the sideline, a little bit ambitious maybe to try from there. It's in the hands of Paul Ormond, corner back for Templemore. He pushes it past one Callan man. He's over in the corner here at this stage. The ball goes as far as Michael Quirk from Greg Ballycallan gets it into his hand, tries to push his way towards the goal, hit hard and fair by full forward Foy, stopped by Kennedy as well. The ball's got out over the end line and it's wide, and Michael Quirk there trying to charge his way through 2 or 3 players who are that little bit bigger and stronger than him. And just 10 minutes gone in the second half. Callan 5 points, Templemore CBS 2 goals and 6, and maybe the match has got a little bit more rugged, the passages of play a little bit less consistent than in the first half, but we were treated to an amazing first half of hurling. Damien Clear back in his own half back line, flicking the ball clear to McCarthy, and this man is having a great game for Callan. A smashing player, a big fella too, and a strong. He's gone to 3 tackles, he's made 70 yards, he's been chopped, and the referee completely ignores it. A crazy decision, but we've had a few crazy decisions on both sides already today. The ball back again in the Callan half back line, pressure on Callan's out near the sideline. 5 players fighting for it here with might and main, muscle and sinew. It goes over the line. It looks as if it's going to be a Callan ball. It is a Callan ball. A lot of Templemore men protesting at this stage, protesting very strong, but the linesman, the referee orders them back, and there'll be a line ball awarded to Callan. In fairness, there's no doubt but that it was a Callan ball, absolutely no doubt about it, and Templemore men are ordered back to the dugout. Pity that it had to happen, but it's a small incident in what's a marvellous game. Lahart from Dunnamagan cuts a good one, a right good one, down the field. Templemore defence in control. Are they in control? Yes, indeed they are. And John Keane, left half back, but back in the corner, right corner position, belts the ball out towards midfield. 2 Templemore men go for it. The man that gets it is Owens. Owens robbed by Damien Clear. Callan on the attack again. Nigel Donovan trying to do his best to move the ball in. He does so, but it only gets as far as Keane again. Keane was injured twice in the first half, turning in a great display. 50 metres ball, 50 metres from the Callan goal. Paddy Dwyer does very well. He's tripped as he's coming out with the ball, by full forward laughing. Paddy Dwyer, a very, very quick player, Laffin a very strong player. Laffin winning the balls, the static kind of events, Paddy Dwyer winning every ball that they have to run to. The free will be taken by Noel Lahart of Dunnamaggin. Lahart started at wing forward. He's back to wing, back to bolster up the Callan half back line. Lifts and strikes left-handed, a good one, straight down the middle though. Will it get to any Callan player? It does indeed. It gets towards PJ Barton, who's up there in the attack at this stage. PJ trying to make his way through with the ball, but back comes Templemore midfielder Corcoran and clears the ball out towards the sideline. Sweeney, normally corner forward with Templemore, he's actually playing in his own half back line. He's playing back in his own half back line at this stage, and he'll be cutting the ball. Cutting the ball will be Noel Lahart again. Lahart testing the spring in the hurley. He's cut a few good ones today. He cuts another beautiful ball, dropping right in 15 metres out from the Templemore goal. Flick clear in the hands of Damien Clear there with three guys around him. He gets a great shot across the goal, brilliantly saved in there, beautifully taken in there by Templemore cornerback Ormond, and Flick clear. He did drop the hurley coming out, but I have a feeling it was knocked from his hand. Ray McCall trying to get a shot in. He cuts it across the face of the goal on the ground. Picked up there by Michael Quirk. Quirk should go for the point. He gets the point, I would think. Yes, he does. The first score for the Greg Valley Callan man. 13 minutes gone in the second half, and a point from 30 metres from Michael Quirk, the first time he's put his name on the scoreboard. Callan 6 points, Templemore 2 goals and 6 points. The other five points, 4 of them coming from Damien Clear, 1 from Michael O'Neill. And Templemore in the attack again. Ken Dunn, a good ball up the line, plenty of space out there for the corner forward. Paddy Dwyer gets to him there again, and the Ballycallan man pits a high ball down the field, trying to find Damien Clear with it. Clear gets it, catches it very well under pressure, drops it though. He's hard as he was turning with that ball. He's hard but fair, and midfielder Tommy Orman clears the danger across to his Eamon Corcoran, his midfield partner. He gets the ball in towards Sweeney. Sweeney, a corner forward 20 metres out from the goal, running across the end, close to the end line at this stage, gets the ball in towards a great shot from Templemore forward, and a point. The man was Pat Fogarty. Sweeney really should have been stopped farther out on the wing. He managed to get past 3 Callan defenders and hand passed the ball in towards Pat Fogarty. 14 minutes gone in the second half. Templemore 2 goals and 7 points, Callan 6 points. It's coming to the stage that Callan need to be able to cut that lead and cut it fairly rapidly. McCarthy tearing down the sideline, hit hard, shouldered over the sideline. I thought he was gone over, he wasn't. And Owens, his man, picks up the ball and drops it, sends Templemore in the attack again. And Andrew Hickey at centre back, trying to get things moving for Callan. Instead there's a free down there. Something has happened off the ball between Darren Owens and one of the Callan players. I don't know which of the Callan players it is, and referee is going to have to take a hand in this one. A lot of people in on the field at this stage. He's trying to order them off. Darren Owens had hit the ball clear. I was following the play. All this action took place 55 metres from the town goal, which Templemore are defending. Darren Owens, wing forward from Templemore, was back there. He hit the ball clear. I followed the path of the ball. It ended up maybe 30-40 metres from the Callan goal, and I can't say what went on in that situation. The referee at this stage trying to get everybody back from the play. He's going down to talk to his umpires at the town goal. There's one of them had been walking out towards him waving his hand, so obviously he has seen something. So we'll have to wait a few minutes, and all is speculation in the stand. 2 players being attended to. I still can't identify the Callan man. It looks very, very like Ray McCall. I have a feeling it is. Ramey was in the wars earlier with the referee over being booked. I'm not sure what's going to happen now. The referee is going straight up the field. I don't know who he's going to be looking after. Don't tell me he's going to run to the other end of the field to find out what the other umpires have been doing, what the other umpires saw or didn't see. And I think he's coming close to a slow hand clap from the crowd here now. They're a little bit fed up with his antics at this stage, and there's quite a long delay in the game. 16 minutes gone in the second half. We're going to have a 3-minute delay. We certainly have a 3-minute delay over this whole affair. Both the players concerned in whatever it was, and it was certainly well off the ball, are back on their feet. and the referee, now having done 2 lengths of the field, is moving back to make some kind of a decision. He has run past the Templemore man involved in the fracas, and let's see what he's going to do. He now has to look for the ball, I suppose. I don't know, I've no idea where the ball has gone even at this stage. Yeah, he has the ball in his hand at this stage. Brother Damien Brennan in there making some kind of protest to him, but it looks as if he's going to throw in the ball, so nobody saw anything. The only game it has been said where there are 7 officials and nobody ever sees anything, but I think that was a cynic that said that. Damien clear with the ball from the throw-in, but dispossessed there by a couple of Templemore fellas, and they really are doing the rest of the crowd. Damien clear at this stage. Templemore midfielder Tommy Ormond tripped as he was going away with the ball, and there'll be a relieving clearance. It's been taken very, very quickly by David Kennedy. Out to Eamon Corcoran. He's out here. He's 50, 60 metres from the Callan goal. He drops in a huge ball straight out of the sun. And they can have a great save by Anthony McCormack. He full forward lap and doubled onto the ball. He was about 15 metres out. McCormack really had to go to the corner of the goal to save that one. He batted it clear and then chased after the clearance himself. The ball's gone out over the sideline now, 45 metres from the Callan goal. The line ball over there will be taken by Ken Dunn. Ken cuts a very poor one indeed. It only goes as far as PJ Barden from Windgap. Barden gets a good ball towards Damien Clear. Damien well robbed there by Dennis Kelly. Toomey Barra Kelly with a shot. It's high. Goalkeeper McCormack can't take the chance of letting it go, and he bats it out over the end line for a 65. That ball was destined for the top corner of the goal, and no blame to Anthony McCormack for batting it away. But all the chances that Callan got in the first quarter, all those chances that needed a touch or a prod or a poke near the Templemore goal have faded, and they haven't got any chance. They've got 2 points since half time, but they've had a chance of another point or two, but not much more, as Templemore, to me anyway, seem to be gripping this game. The free from Ken, the 65 from Ken Dunn's a high one, but it drops just to the left and wide. And Callan still on Callan 11 wides in this game. In fact, Templemore on 5, and maybe that tells a story too. Anthony McCormack taking a very quick puck out to McCarthy. Tom McCarthy goes away in a solo running, and hand passes clear to PJ Barron. These 2 fine hurlers from Callan, very, very fine hurlers indeed. But another fine hurler in there, John Keane from Templemore, breaking up the combination of Callan men. The ball goes out over the sideline to be a line ball to Callan, 60 metres from the Templemore goal, out near out close to the dugouts. PJ Barron, who's had a smashing game, the young Windgap man, had a great game, and there's a great line ball dropping right in on top of the goal. Across comes Foy, the full back. He bats it clear. Michael Quirk out after it, and the ball's out on the corner flag at the moment. David Brennan from Upper Church Dunban trying to clear it, but he pokes it out over the sideline. There'll be a line ball to Callan. They'll get a chance to turn the screw on the Templemore defence again, and my gosh, there's some amount of players in around that goal. Only at the moment, only 5 players in the Callan half of the field, the other 25 players, and the ball drops right into where they all are. Let's see what happens with it. There's a pillar in my way, there's a shot being taken at the goal. It's clear, has a shot, it's a great shot, but it's a point. That whistled over the crossbar, it didn't whistle far over the crossbar. There are 19 minutes gone. Callan, in the person of Damien Clear, edge a point closer. 2 goals and 7 points for Templemore. Callan, CBS, 7 points, 6 points in it. A Templemore man injured in around the goal there. It's Paul Ormond. He's the guy who normally pucks out the ball for them, so obviously Paul Ormond, he's not going to be in a hurry to get up. Templemore have a slight breeze. They also have he seems to have a facial injury. They also have a 2-goal cushion of a lead, and they really are in fair control of this game. While not attacking with the kind of gusto they did in the first half, they've settled in to defend very, very well. They're closing off all the spaces that Callan are trying to create. And they have a 1-man full forward line, but a very disciplined lot at that. That's a skill that a lot of clubs and count teams attempt to operate 1- and 2-man full forward lines. I suppose imitating Galway of 1986 fame and subsequently, but it's very, very difficult to manage unless with highly disciplined players and a highly disciplined midfield and attack. The puck from the puck out, Damien Clear belts the ball back towards midfield. After it, there's Ray Cal and Kennedy, the Templemore captain, robbed by Ray Cal, and away goes Ramey. Should he hit it, he'd better hit it. 2 Templemore men on him. He goes out over the sideline, and there'll be a line ball. I expect it'll be going the Templemore direction. Again, the linesman making no indications to which way it'll go. No, it seems to be going to Callan, and across will come Nigel Donovan to take it. Nigel has hit a few good ones today, not having the best of luck in his exchanges with David Kennedy, the Templemore captain, but nevertheless Nigel Donovan, a strong player, pushing around, doing well and contributing mightily to the Callan effort. Left-handed line ball from Nigel. It's not a bad one at all. It comes in along the ground. It's very close to the goal. It's on the end line. Mick O'Neill in there. Remy Carl in there. It hasn't come out or hasn't gone in. There's stalemate. And eventually it goes out towards the corner flag. John Keane, wing back from Templemore, doing what every good wing back should. Back helping out his full back line in time of need, but there it is in the hands of Mickey O'Neill. He hits a great ball across the middle of the goal. Damien clearing there on the 21, trying to get his hands on it. The ball's batted away from him and whipped out the field out towards the stand side. Winning the race over there is Sweeney. Sweeney playing nominally at wing forward, but back in his own half back line, gets the ball up towards the half forward line. The ball goes out off the leg of Tom McCormack and Dunnamagan, right under the stand here, and there'll be a line ball to Templemore. So Callan, 2 chances from 2 line balls. The ball dropped in at the top of the square twice. Templemore very, very interested in taking quick frees, quick line balls, though their mentors along this side very anxious to cool them down. The line ball will be taken by Eamon Corcoran from JK Brackens. Eamon winds up to take it. Eamon cuts a beauty. In on top of the goal. Paddy Dwyer misses it. It escapes off his hurley. Tom McCormack, a great chance here for Templemore. Goalkeeper Andrew McCormack comes out, does very well indeed. But the ball's in the net. The ball's in the net. An awful mess up in the Callan full back line. And the man who got the goal, the full forward, Mike Declan Lappin. This is the 23rd minute of the game. An awful mess up in the Callan goal. The ball came off Paddy Dwyer's stick. Tom McCormack he went back to try and poke it clear. He didn't get it too far clear. There was a shot taken on Anthony McCormack. He blocked it out first time. A chance to clear it, but it only went to Michael Lappin, and his ground shot from 20 metres. He made no mistake with it. Under the puck out. PJ, the young wine gap man, PJ Barden getting Callan on the attack again, but only Tom Foy is down there 20 metres from the Templemore goal, and the cheers Templemore coming from the stand at this stage. Templemore playing very, very well indeed. The ball out over the sideline right on halfway. Callan with a mountain to climb now. 23.5 minutes gone in the second half. Templemore 3 goals and 7 points. Callan 7 points, and half an hour since Callan had a goal chance. They had a few before that, but it's been a long time. This Templemore team really has tied them up, and in particular has tied up Damien Clear. But there goes McCarthy again. McCarthy with a super game for Callan. Here's Damien trying to get in his shot. It's a good one. It's in towards the goal, but out comes Foy, a very accomplished fullback, and clears brilliantly towards midfield, towards Owens. Owens grabs it, slips past one Callan man, blocked by another, and gets the ball on. But PJ Sweeney, a small player, but normally corner forward, he's turned up everywhere. He's over at wing forward position. It's a high ball dropping right in on top of the goal. Give it a free chance. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right on the edge of the square was Pat Fogarty of Brackens, and Pat is the man operating at corner for one of the 2-man full forward line. He got a free chance, and really he wasn't all that far inside. He wasn't inside the square in my view, but the referee was a long way away. He blew the whistle, and there was a free out. The free's at midfield, and David Kennedy, the Templemore captain, powers clear with it, but very well tackled by Sean Millay. Sean going really hard at him, but Kennedy gets another bite at it, spreads the ball out wide, laughing for Fogarty, breaks past McCormack, but hits a high ball that goes to the left and just wide. Tom McCormack there really left for dead by Tom Fogarty, or Pat Fogarty, and the ball goes wide, a let off for Callan. 3 goals and 7 points to Templemore, 7 points to Callan, and Templemore again. And really the Templemore half back line have come tearing through the defences at this stage. Templemore on the attack again. Callan will be doing well to hold out this one. They do indeed. The ball pushed back out towards midfield. Well done, PJ Barden. The ball's at midfield. The Hart has it, trying to get it up. He doesn't get it up. Mickey O'Neill there. Mickey, no hurley in the